25 years ago today, tanks and troops of the People's Liberation Army turned their guns on the people in downtown Beijing, ending nearly 2 months of student democracy protests. Back then, the street behind me resembled a war zone as the army converged on Tiananmen Square with orders to crush the protest using live ammunition. Hundreds and perhaps thousands of students, workers, and ordinary citizens were killed, most of them not in Tiananmen Square itself, but in the roads leading into the center of the city. Today, downtown Beijing once again resembles a war zone, with heavily armed paramilitary, police, and undercover agents flooding the streets. In the 10 years I've been covering this anniversary, I've never seen quite this level of security and paranoia from the authorities. Foreign journalists and their Chinese staff have been threatened, detained, harassed, and intimidated for trying to cover an event that the Chinese government has all but erased from history. Despite the show of force, China's leaders appear petrified that any attempts to remember those tragic events could transform into some calls for greater political freedoms today. 25 years on from the idealism and the hope of 1989, China is becoming more authoritarian and less democratic, even as it continues to implement economic reforms. Jamil Anderlini, Financial Times, Beijing.